Lately, I've been having conversations with my friends and mentors, and one of the things they ask me, who is your ideal client? Who do you want to serve? And my first reaction was, everyone? I know that sounds a little simple and naive, but hear me out. I firmly believe anyone can benefit from an Akashic Records reading. You don't have to be spiritual, psychic, or have previous experience receiving any kind of intuitive psychic reading for you to benefit from a session. I believe it is easier for me to read for people who already have a spiritual practice or they already are very in tune with themselves. But I was telling my friend, it's the people who are just starting out on their spiritual journey or awakening journey, or they're currently stuck, frozen, or overwhelmed, and they don't know which direction they should go, or if they should try getting a reading. Those are the people who need it the most. So one holdup I encounter myself is when I perform an Akashic Records reading for other people, I sometimes don't know what I'm going to get in their records. That's the fun part, but it's about how the client will feel and react to the information when I report it to them. As I've shared before, the Akashic Record contains past, present, and future possibility, every thought, every intention, every emotion. It's recorded across all dimensions. So an analogy is like Google or ChatGPT, which are man-made consortium of knowledge, right? But imagine a version of it that's simply infinite. The mysteries of entire universe, it's infinity times infinity, and it's not meant to be contained in just a server, and it cannot be preserved or recalled through just one person or one guru or one ascended master or one book, as an example. So my friend suggested this visual to me, and this is reality as we know it, and this is where we go when we're doing an Akashic Records reading. So the first thing you have to be ready for is to get ready to suspend your belief about reality and what you think you know about our world. So it's not that different in a sense like when you're going to watch a movie in the movie theater. So I'm just going to use KungFu Panda. You have a world where all the animals are talking, cooking, shopping, doing all kinds of things that you don't expect animals to do in our world. A panda eating dumplings, doing kung fu, and there's a warrior mantis called Master Mantis, right? So by default, you are entering another world. Sometimes the information that I receive from the Akashic Records can really feel a little out there, even for me. So I have gotten questions like this: what? Mermaids are real? Mantis souls are real? Yes, and like, I don't know everything. I can't possibly, know everything in my little brain. Do I remember meeting a Master Mantis? Not in this lifetime, but I can imagine a reality where Master Mantis souls exist. So this is why we need to enter the Akashic Records with an open mind. So then, how do I know what you're telling me is real or you just made it up? So firstly, I promise you I don't make things up. I'm using a framework that I had studied that already exists, or a frame of reference, and I try to use language and descriptions that I feel the other party will be most receptive to. So luckily right now, with graphics and AI technology and all these fantastic movies and books that are already written, if I don't know how to describe something I see, I can pull up a reference for them. So when I go in and receive the information, I like to use the whole library analogy. So when you go to a library to do research, you might already have your topic or your thesis that you want to defend. And before you start the research project, you don't actually know what kind of reference materials and sources that the library has available. It may or may not fit your needs, right? So you may have an inkling what source may show up, like you might know a few authors, but until you call up the reference material or article, and after it arrives, you read and study everything and see if it makes sense for your research, you don't really know what you will find. And sometimes you might have to go back and refine your search results or keywords, and then you can call up different reference material. So, what I'm trying to say is the Akashic Records is actually a discovery process, or shall I say a self-discovery process. As an Akashic Records reader, I feel like my role is more similar to the librarian, where I'm helping you collect your keywords and I'm helping you put it into the system and start interpreting what you find in the library. So the librarian might have general knowledge on various topics and how to find it, but ultimately it's up to you what you want to do with the information that comes through, and it's up to you to decipher it and see if it's relevant to your research topic or your soul's journey. So just remember, this is your soul records. This is ultimately your research, and I'm just here helping you get the information you requested from your guides that will assist you in your soul journey at this point in time. Also, keep in mind that the only information that comes up is supposed to be the most relevant information for you based on the keywords you input, and all other information is not relevant and it won't show up in your search results. Without getting into the specifics, a while back I did a reading where something came up. I really wasn't sure what it was, but through the process, it was revealed that there was a significant event in the client's early childhood, and no other details were given to me when I asked. So only after time has elapsed, like I think it was over a year, the client actually got back to me and told me what that was about. So there is always a specific reason the person's Akashic Records Gate Keepers reveal it to us, but sometimes it's not for me to know, but for you to discover. And I'm just your friendly cosmic librarian to help you tap into your sovereignty and tap into your soul's destiny. That's all. So, in sum, as long as you can keep an open mind about what you receive, even if it's occasionally a little bit cryptic, getting an Akashic Records reading is for you too. My second point is about sovereignty. I know I bring it up a lot in my videos and I might sound like a broken record, but you are sovereign. It means you have complete autonomy over your experience. You get to choose your own adventure. From the ancient Greek philosophers to modern philosophers and modern psychologists and scientists, we're all trying to answer the question, who am I? Do I know myself? I see lots of people spend thousands of dollars going on these amazing spiritual retreats and adventures or plant medicine retreats, and hey, you know what? Good for them. They're investing in themselves and their experiences to assist in their soul's journey. But all of this, whether it's these experience, whether it's self-help masterclasses, going to a therapist, signing up for classes and experiences like plant medicine, it boils down to, does this help me know thyself? Can you remember yourself? That's really everyone's goal here, if you think about it. So, do you know what you're out here to do and who you are, why you're here? So, your guides may not tell you straight up sometimes. And that's because it might interfere with your sovereignty. So the second thing to remember for you to understand is that you must trust that your guides have your best interests in mind. However, what you can control is knowing what kinds of questions to ask and how to ask them. So this process might differ a little depending on the reader you work with and how they like to perform their reading and what their clairs are. The practitioner will guide you to make sure you're asking all the right questions. I hope this video demystifies what the Akashic Records are like and what are some of the things you can certainly expect when you're receiving a reading. If you can keep an open mind and exercise your sovereignty and be open to the wisdom and gentle guidance of your Akashic Records guides and loved ones, then the Akashic Records are for you. If you may be interested in booking an Akashic Records reading with me, I have my info in the description box. And if you are interested in other esoteric topics for critical thinkers, truth seekers, and other mystics, I hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button, joining my community, and sticking around. If there are any topics you would like me to cover, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.